Hey, so remember back when I did a video on the Vampire Diaries and it looked like, it was drawn by like a 4-year-old? Previously on Alex's videos.
I was willing to be lenient last year for obvious reasons, but the personal excuses ended with summer break.
Okay, who is this teacher? What teacher would say this? Hey you, you're cute but dumb. Hey you, you're a dumb jock. Oh, what's that? Your parents died? Get over it. What, you think you're Batman or something? What is this? I used to think this was good. Yeah, well anyway, I think it's about time I went back and, took another crack at it. So let's keep on watching and, see where the show takes us. But before that, guess what? This video is brought to you by Amino. Amino is a collection of online communities, fans like yourselves, for pretty much anything you could imagine, like any TV show, video game, celebrity, whatever. You can join these communities, called Aminos, cleverly enough, and basically hang out with people who like the same things you do. They got animation, Nintendo, K-pop, cartoons. I mean, look, they got Riverdale with over 50,000 members, The Flash, Supergirl, even YouTubers like, Cypher Dan or Dan and Phil, like they got their own Aminos too. And in these Aminos, it's basically an online club, like you can post blogs, fan theories, fan fiction, personal stories, fashion blogs based on your favorite characters. I mean, whatever, sky's the limit. I mean, just take a look here in like the Riverdale Amino, for example. They got 54 people chatting, 52 people reading posts, 6 people voting on polls right this second. I mean, there's always someone doing something on Amino. Or over here on the Flash Amino, look, there's tons of things to read, quizzes to take, friends to make. I mean, hey, in a world where everyone's arguing about like everything, Amino's just bringing us all together. So check out Amino, guys. It's free. You can download it on Android or Apple or whatever, and you can start making some friends today. Okay, back to the show. We start off with Elena and Stefan narrating to us what they're both writing in their diaries, hence the name of the show.
Dear Diary, this morning is different. There's change. I can sense it. For once, I don't regret the day before it begins.
I welcome the day because I know I will see her again.
I will see him again.
Okay, you guys went on one date and a girl almost got taken out by a vampire and that's what you get out of it? I think we need to reevaluate our priorities here, okay? After this, they both go to school and spend the entire day just staring at each other because, I mean, what else is high school good for, really?
Now, the comet will be its brightest right after dusk during tomorrow's celebration. Are we bothering you, Mr. Salvatore? Miss Gilbert.
Well, you weren't until right now, so can you excuse us? We're staring at each other over here. Very serious business. Now, we flash sideways to Elena and Jeremy's aunt, who's their only legal guardian now that both their parents are dead. Something that we learned about in part 1. Check it out if you haven't yet. It's all right. So their aunt is attending a parent-teacher conference thing for Jeremy with Mr. Tanner, who's apparently the only teacher in the entire school.
6 classes? Are you sure? I mean, that's kind of hard to do.
Not when you're on drugs. And the signs are there. He's moody, withdrawn, argumentative, hungover.
So what you're saying is he acts like literally every teenager ever since like ever. I never understood this like teacher adult kind of logic or whatever where like, like when they try to explain why teens, act like teens. This teenager can be a little moody and sometimes they argue with me. They must be riding the white pony. They're following Alice down the rabbit hole. We gotta crack down on this new street drug. All these kids go on Nintendo Switch. I don't know what that is, but if kids like it, we gotta get rid of it. Anyway, after talking with the most annoying teacher I've ever seen, she goes home and tries to talk to Jeremy about his alleged problem.
Back in school, freshman year, I could eat my weight in nachos with extra cheese. It was my munchie food whenever I got stoned.
You get high?
Did. Past tense. But yeah, loved it. Anything to get a little distraction from life. Reality. And it worked.
Okay, this has got to be like the worst anti-drug pep talk I think I've ever heard. Hey, I used to get stoned and eat a bunch of nachos and it was awesome, so don't do drugs, okay? What? What are we even trying to say here? Now, flashing sideways again, we go back to Elena, who goes to Stefan's house looking for Stefan. Shocking, I know. And when she gets no answer, she just walks right into the house.
Stefan?
This happens a lot in shows like this, and I don't really understand why, but like people go over to someone's house and they like, knock on the door, ring the doorbell, whatever. And when no one's home, they just walk in the house. If I went on one date with a girl and she just suddenly let herself into my house one day, I'd be a little concerned. Suddenly, Elena meets up with Stefan's brother, who lets her into Stefan's dark, sinister past.
I see why my brother's so smitten. It's about time. For a while there, I never thought he'd get over the last one. Nearly destroyed him.
The last one?
The last one? Stefan had a girlfriend before me? No, Stefan, you're mine.
I won't share you with anyone. I'm only doing this because I love you.
You went on one date to one party!
The last one?
Yeah, Catherine, his girlfriend. Oh, you two haven't had the awkward exes conversation yet.
What do you mean have the exes conversation? How about you start with like any conversation? Anyway, Stefan shows up and is not too happy about his brother talking to his girlfriend and tells Elena it's time to leave. Now that night, there's a comet flying over the Earth, and so naturally there's some kind of like shooting star festival thing or whatever. And of course, this being a small town where everything exciting happens for some reason, everyone's hanging out at this little festival thing. And Stefan goes up to Elena to apologize for his earlier behavior.
You know that comet? It's been traveling across space for thousands of years. All alone.
Yeah, Bonnie says it's a harbinger of evil.
I think it's just a ball of snow and ice trapped on a path that I can't escape.
Just like me, or something. I don't really know how this fits together. I was just trying to be cool.
You didn't tell me that you had a brother.
We're not close. It's complicated.
He told me about your ex, Catherine.
Yeah, well, your ex is literally standing right over there, so how am I the bad guy here?
It's okay. We met and we talked and it was epic, but when the sun came up and reality set in.
Now, the girl who was attacked in the last episode, she goes missing again. And everyone goes out to look for her. Now, Stefan ends up finding her. Turns out it was Stefan's brother again. I think I'm starting to figure out the pattern of this show. And anyway, Stefan saves her, brings her back. It's all great. Later that night, Stefan and Elena meet up again to tell each other how they really feel.
So the thing is, I got home tonight planning on doing what I always do, write my diary. Like I have been since my mom gave me one when I was 10. It's where I get everything out, everything I'm feeling. It all goes in this little book that I hide on the second shelf behind this really hideous ceramic mermaid.
You know, you could have just said that you have a diary. Like, I don't know why you're telling me the exact longitude, latitude coordinates for where I can find it. Like, this is very specific information for no particular reason.
But then I realized that I'd just be writing things that I should probably be telling you.
What would you write?
Well, usually I just end up drawing really inappropriate pictures of Hey Arnold, but that's our little secret, okay? What about you?
Do you want to know what I would write? I met a girl. We talked. It was epic.
So you're just gonna plagiarize what I just said to you like an hour ago? Why would you even tell me this? And then they make up and they kiss and all that garbage. Watching this show, or like just shows like this, you know, sometimes I wish that I could like, you know, go back to high school or be like, oh, if I was only 17 again or whatever. But like watching shows like Vampire Diaries, for example, I mean, minus all the vampire stuff and the magic powers and all that stuff, like I'm just so glad I don't have to go through all of this dumb stuff ever again. I mean, when I was in high school, okay, cell phones were like a new thing. Facebook, YouTube, those didn't exist. It was a very simple time. And I still somehow managed to mess everything up. I mean, I can't imagine being a teenager now where every dumb thing I do or say is like on the internet forever. No one from my high school even remembers that I exist anymore, which, I mean, thank goodness. But I still wake up like randomly in the middle of the night with some flashback of something I said once like in English class freshman year, and I just goodbye. But yeah, so Vampire Diaries is a show that exists. Yep. Someone on Twitter said this. I don't remember who or when it was, so I apologize if this is you, but this was so true. They said, if you're a vampire, right, you were a couple hundred, maybe like 1,000 years old, and you had magic powers and all this stuff like that, like, why would you choose to live as a high school student forever? You know, like, maybe you look like a high school student, although let's be honest, everyone in this show looks like they're like 25, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, if you could be eternal, you can live forever and you have superpowers, like why would you choose to be like a high school junior forever? Like that seems like the worst thing. Like high school, The best thing about a high school, honestly, is the fact that it ends. I mean, let's be honest here. The fact that it's over is the best part. Like, why would you do that forever? That just sounds like the worst. That's one of those monkey paw things where it's like, hey, you got superpowers, but you got to be 17 forever. You know, it's like, I don't know if I would take that necessarily. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, tweet me, send me a message. I love reading them. I try to respond to everything that I get, so don't be shy. Just send me a message. Follow my dog Charlie on Instagram, Charlie Meets Pumpkin. A fan in the community opened up a Discord. Link is in the description. If you're interested in joining Discord, having a chat, whatever, check it out. Check out the merch store. Check out the Patreon. Just $5 a month. You get some kind of behind the scenes type of stuff, you know, like upcoming thumbnails. You get early drafts of scripts, sort of just, you know, early information, you know, stuff, just kind of behind the scenes stuff. If you're interested, check it out. If you're not, no big deal. Above all else, everybody have a great day, and I'll see you all next time.